All right, welcome. Today, we are diving deep into the world of peptides, but we're doing it with a very clear goal in mind: to build a simple, safe starting guide for anyone who's curious but wants to be smart about it. So let's get right into it.
So, you've probably heard about peptides, right? For recovery, for focus, for anti aging. The list goes on. But when you start looking into it, man, it can get overwhelming fast. You're hit with dozens of different compounds, super complex protocols, and a whole lot of jargon. Our goal here is to just cut through all that noise and give you a clear, solid starting point.
Okay, and right up front, we have to get this out of the way, and it is non-negotiable. This is for educational purposes only. It is absolutely not medical advice. Your health is your own responsibility, so please, seriously, always talk to a qualified medical professional before you even think about starting a new regimen. With that out of the way, let's talk about the big picture, the foundational rules. The source material we're looking at really hammers this home. A smart start is a safe start. This isn't about getting mind-blowing results overnight. It's about building a solid, long-term strategy.
You know what's great about this is how it fights that beginner's urge to just do everything all at once. The number one mistake people make? Stacking 5 or 6 different things, expecting some kind of instant miracle. The much smarter way to do it? Pick one single goal. Then choose just 1 or 2 well-researched peptides that match that goal. And remember, the point of your first cycle isn't some dramatic transformation. It's all about learning how your body responds. Patience is everything here.
So that brings us to the big question: which peptides are actually a good place to start? Well, our source material highlights what it calls the golden four. And these weren't just picked out of a hat. They were chosen because they have a ton of research behind them, really strong safety profiles, and they're known for being relatively gentle on the body. Let's meet them. Yep, just four. Let's break them down. First on the list is BPC 157. You've probably heard of this one if you're in any athletic or recovery circles. Its main job is to speed up tissue healing, calm down inflammation, and even help out your gut. So for anyone trying to recover faster from workouts or dealing with those nagging little injuries, this is usually the first stop.
Next, we have King. The best way to think about this one is as a tool for handling the stress of, well, modern life. It's considered a mild anxiolytic, which is just a fancy way of saying it helps take the edge off anxiety and can improve your focus when you're under pressure. And a huge plus is that it also supports your immune system, all without being habit-forming.
All right, number 3 in the golden four is GHKCU. This is a copper peptide, and it's famous for its anti-aging effects. Basically, it sends signals to your body to ramp up collagen production. That's the protein that keeps your skin firm and structured. The result? It can help with skin elasticity, fine lines, and even lead to stronger, healthier hair. It's a real powerhouse in cosmetic science. And last but not least, we've got MOAT-C. This one's a bit different. It's a mitochondrial peptide. That means it works directly with the little power plants inside your cells. Its whole purpose is to make your body more efficient at producing and using energy. For you, that can mean better endurance, improved insulin sensitivity, and just an overall boost. It's kind of like giving your body's engine a high-performance tune-up. Okay, so we've covered what the golden four are. Now we need to talk about how to actually use them. And listen, this next part is absolutely crucial, because if you handle this stuff improperly, it's not just a waste of money, it can be flat out dangerous. You know, the way you take a peptide really depends on the peptide itself and what you're trying to achieve. For something like Selenk, where you want a fast effect on the brain, a nasal spray is direct and easy. For peptides that need to work systemically, throughout your whole body, like BPC 157 or MOTSC, a subcutaneous injection gives you the best bioavailability, which just means your body can absorb and use the most of it. And of course, for skin health with GHKCU, applying it as a cream right where you need it just makes the most sense. Now for sterility. And let's be clear, there are zero shortcuts here. This is like a pilot's pre-flight checklist. 1, always wash your hands. 2, use brand new single-use gear every single time. 3, disinfect the vial top and the injection site. 4, store it correctly. Freezer before you mix it, fridge after. And 5, never, ever let your fingers touch the needle. These aren't suggestions, they're the absolute rules for your safety. All right, it's time to put all of these pieces together. Let's walk through how you would actually structure your very first protocol, from doing the dosage math to planning out your cycle. Look, I know when people see formulas and calculators, their eyes can glaze over. But don't worry, the math here is actually really simple. The key isn't being a math genius. It's just about being careful, systematic, and double-checking everything you do. So here's the four-step process. First, you just find the recommended dose for your peptide. Second, you figure out the concentration of your solution once you've mixed it. Third, you do a quick division to find out exactly how much liquid you need. And last, you convert that number into the units on your insulin syringe. It might seem like a lot at first, but trust me, after you've done it a couple of times, it becomes totally automatic. And here's what it looks like in the real world. This is a great sample beginner protocol from the source material. Notice how everything is deliberate. The goal is super clear: better recovery. The peptide is BPC-177. The dose is a conservative starting point. The schedule includes a rest period, which is key. And maybe the most important part, monitoring. Keeping a simple journal is honestly the most powerful tool you have to track how things are going. And this quote from the source just sums it all up perfectly. It really gets to the heart of the beginner's mindset. Remember, the first protocol is about learning and getting acquainted with peptides, not a race for maximum results. If you can keep that one idea in your head, you'll be on the right track for a safe and productive journey. So, we'll leave you with a question to think about. We've laid out the entire framework for a smart, methodical start. It's all about defining one single goal, picking a well-studied compound, mastering the safety rules, and tracking everything. So the question is, if you were to apply this, which of those areas, recovery, stress, skin, or energy, would you choose as your starting point? Thanks for tuning in.